we have to put up with the shit? Why do we have to have nice, presentable feet and they can just have any old feet they like? They can just have feet. Wake up, feet. Go to bed, feet. How are the breasts, though? How were her breasts? I mean, were they? Because if they're whoppers... Well, like, you know, it's not... Because if they were whoppers and she could knock someone out with them, that's dangerous.
Desperate. Since the beginning of this recording, you've been desperate
just
to
came
get
to me
out
because I knew how revolting
the
it
fact
was.
that you had to fish out. Hello, everybody. Welcome to 40ish. I'm Nicole Goodman.
And I'm Lauren Mishcon. This is the podcast that navigates the challenges and absurdities of 40-something life. Every single episode, without fail, we talk about your problems, your rants, your dilemmas, your midlife issues.
And we discuss our own and we bring our own stuff about how we are navigating our own hell of middle age. And if you want more 40ish in your life, because of course you do, who the hell doesn't? Then firstly, please, just to let you know, we have a subscription which we would love you to be a part of. It's over at Apple Podcasts, where you get ad-free content on this show and Self-Care Club, and you get early access to this show and Self-Care Club. So come over, and that's over at Apple Podcasts. And one last request. If you want us to unpick one of your dilemmas or one of your rants or one of your midlife moans, then be in touch. Hello at 40ish.co.uk, or you can DM us at Instagram at 40ish.podcast.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it now.
Be a part of it. Be a part of the conversation. We want to hear from you. And don't let us be here alone on our own, wondering if anyone else is dealing with the stuff that we're dealing with. So come and be part of our moaning community. We would love it.
What is your most 40-ish moment this week so far?
My most 40ish moment is, well, so you know I'm back to playing paddle again.
Yes.
Well, there's a guy there who he's a dentist and he does like fillers and Botox and stuff. Anyway, so he keeps telling me, oh, let me do your filler, let me do your Botox. He keeps showing me all these photos of people that he's, you know, doing his filler and Botox on.
I think that's really presumptuous. Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, don't need to get in a whole 2 and 8 about it.
I'm not happy about this, but anyway.
It's not happening to you. Anyway, so, but the thing is it got me thinking, because I haven't had Botox in a year and a half.
Mm.
And actually, I think I've got to the point where I'm too old for Botox. I think I'm too old for Botox.
I don't know what that means because I've never had Botox.
No, but do you know what Botox is?
No, I know what it is, but I mean, what do you mean you're too old for it? As in it wouldn't make any difference at this point to your face. Is that what you're saying?
I think it would make things worse. I think it would make things worse.
Yeah.
Because what are you going to do? Like, you're going to smooth out your forehead and then it's just going to accentuate all the other wrinkles and lines that you've got on your face, that you're supposed to have on your face.
That's what they say. Is like there's all these women who are kind of 60-ish who have completely frozen above the top of their head, and then they have this like sort of muzzly, spongy neck and chin because you can't fix everything. The only way to do it is just to have a facelift, and they're like $100,000, aren't they? Who had that amazing facelift recently?
Kris Jenner.
I mean, she looks fucking incredible.
And then there's all those T-shirts of "I'll have what Kris is having."
But it's $100,000.
No faceless is $100,000.
It's $100,000. This doctor.
But can you imagine how much business he has got from her facelift? She looks like she's in her
12.
She looks like she's in her 40s.
Yeah, it's an amazing job. You know what? You know how I feel about all these things. I'm just not into it. And also, I just feel like any woman. Firstly, I don't like the 20-year-olds who have it because you do not need Botox. They do it as a look. Like it's a look to look frozen, the lips and the Botox when you're in your 20s. And then when you're in your 40s, you just still look in your 40s, but with Botox. No one's looking at you in your 40s going, gosh, she's 26. They're not. It's just there you are, a woman in your 40s who's had Botox. So I don't get the point of Botox because you don't look younger. You just look like a woman with Botox. So what's the point of it? I don't get it. I don't understand it. If you look dreadful, just have one really good facelift and you're done.
Would you have a facelift?
I mean, no, because I believe aging is privilege, and also I don't believe in unnecessary surgery.
A liar.
I'm not.
You are. You are, because it's very convenient when you say aging is a privilege and all you do is bitch and moan about your age.
I hate aging, but I'm just saying I don't believe in unnecessary surgery.
No, that's fine, but let's not wrap it up as a gift, as in aging is a fucking privilege. You don't stop moaning about your age.
I hate
You
it.
hate the fact that you're in your late 40s.
I do hate
you
it.
bitch and moan about the fact that you're in your late 40s.
I do.
Honestly, you never say one thing positive about getting older. You hate your birthday. You go into a deep depression.
I hate it.
And now all of a sudden that we're talking about Botox, aging is a privilege.
But I do understand that it is a fruitless and pointless task to have medical procedures and surgery to try and look younger. You just got to go with what you've got. Would you have a facelift?
I wouldn't rule it out. I'm not saying it's something I would go and do now, but I wouldn't. Listen, I was in the beauty business for a very long time. We've discussed this so many times, so I understand why women do it. I understand the need and the pressure that society puts on women to look a certain way, and a lot of the time that is younger and have to be prettier, or it's never enough, and you're always told to fix a problem that you don't really have. And so that messaging gets very, very loud, and women very much subscribe to it, and I definitely subscribe to it to a point. The only reason I stopped having Botox was because I thought it made me look worse. It didn't make me look better. And now I think I've got to the point where I think I'm too old for fucking Botox.
Okay, great.
And no, that's not great. That is not
You don't
great.
need it. You have a lovely face.
But you're missing my point. It's not about the Botox.
What's it about?
It's about the fact that I've reached an age where I just don't think I can have it anymore.
Well,
that is tragic.
You could, but then you're in facelift territory. That's where you get
Botox
to, I think.
and facelifts are very different.
Very different. But you're only going to do it once.
Oh, you mean... Oh, I see what you mean. I don't need a facelift.
No, you don't need one, but I'm saying I think everyone gets to an age where that is the only solution left.
Anyway, that was just my thought process this week of fucking hell. I'm now nearly 50. I mean, I can't... I'm 48.
Okay.
That is nearly 50.
Well, yeah. It's 50 adjacent.
It's nearly 50.
Okay.
It's much closer to 50 than it is 40.
Yeah, it is. It's true.
I mean, I like your support, but it is a lie. I appreciate you being kind, but we don't need to be delusional about it.
Okay.
I'm all right with turning 50.
Okay.
With a facelift. No.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was the most 40ish thing that happened to me this week. I'm too old for Botox.
Okay. I'm kind of happy that you feel like that, because I don't like it anyway. So good.
No,
good that you're done with it. Good.
And also, like, we're not a couple. So it's not like Adam turns around to me and says, "You know what? I like your face. Leave your face."
Oh, Ollie would go absolutely mad if I had anything
would
done.
He notice?
He'd be so unhappy. Would he? That is a very good point. I don't know.
Because I had it for years and Adam didn't know.
I don't know if he'd notice actually.
But then, and also, Botox takes 10 days usually to kick in, roughly, fully kick in. And the day after I'd had it done, it's never settled by that point. Adam didn't notice for years. My friend Hayley walked in the day after I'd had it done for the first time. She looked at me, she goes, "What have you done to your face?" She knew instantly. I'm like, "What do you mean?" She goes, "You've done something. I know your face. What have you done?" Adam, not a clue.
Amazing. Men are amazing.
So are women.
Yes. Amazing.
Should we get on to our first dilemma?
Yeah.
Before we jump into your dilemmas, a quick disclaimer. We are not doctors. We are not healthcare professionals. So if there is an issue that you are seriously struggling with, please contact a qualified expert.
Hi, ladies. I want to talk about summer feet because, quite honestly, this feels like the only place I can openly share this. Okay. Flip-flops used to be a carefree go-to. Now they're an ankle stability hazard and a source of mild embarrassment because of my cracked heels and the beginning of what is definitely going to be a bunion.
Oh dear.
Pedicures feel like a medical procedure. How did feet become so high maintenance? I just want to wear Birkenstocks and be left alone.
Yeah.
Do I now have to commit to foot care on top of all of my other body maintenance?
The answer is a quick yes.
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 Move on.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, yeah,
And
obviously.
I think this is very timely because it's summer.
Yeah.
And because obviously our feet are out more.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, I swear to God, I was thinking this in the shower this very morning.
Yeah.
About feet.
What were you thinking?
As I was
Washing your feet.
washing my feet and dealing with my feet, I was thinking, I never used to have to deal with my feet. And now I have to deal with my feet.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to get like a pedicure or my feet done
Yeah.
before I go on holiday.
Yeah, same.
Once, twice a year.
Yeah, same.
That was the end of it.
Yeah, that was
I never
it.
thought about my feet.
Yeah, no.
Now I'm thinking much more about my feet.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think a lot about my feet, but definitely deal with my feet. I go and have my toenails done, and I also deal with any dry skin with
Yeah.
a very special...
Pumice.
Yeah, it's not actually a pumice. It's actually like a... I don't know what it is. It's not made of pumice. It's like sandpaper almost on a metal stick. It's really good and like quite satisfying. So I always do that. Moisturise. Yeah, foot care. Yes, you do have to do it on top of all your other body maintenance.
It sounds like you look after your feet more than your face.
Yeah, I think I actually do. I actually think I do. That is true.
You're very proud of your feet.
I happen to have quite... I mean, they're not tiny feet, but they're very neat. They're very tidy. You know what I mean? All the toes are in line. They're not ugly feet.
Same.
That's just genetic.
Yeah.
It's just luck. There's
Yeah.
nothing I've done there.
Well,
It's
you look
just
after
luck.
your feet as well.
My sons, Lord love them, handsome, handsome boys. They have their father's feet. Not lovely. Not lovely. He likes to say to me, my feet are artistic. My dad always said, my feet are artistic. I'm like, darling, that was him just being very
Yeah.
kind. Your
Yeah.
feet
Yeah.
are revolting.
I used to, oh my God, I used to love Lily Rose's feet.
Oh, yeah, when they're babies. And then you
Oh,
like
up
literally
until-
put them in your mouth when they're little
I
baby
used to
feet.
Stick her,
Did you?
I used to stick her toes up my nose for years.
A little baby toes.
No, not little baby toes. Up until she went into puberty and I wasn't allowed anymore. Up until she was about 10. Yeah, I used to do that.
Oh, they're soft little
Oh, her
feet. They're
feet
little
used
tiny
to kill
toesies.
me.
Okay, so my sons now have like size 10, 11 feet. They're hairy. Their toes are not all in line. And I'm like, whenever I see their feet, I'm like, I'm really sorry that bit of the gene pool didn't come down to you. They don't care though because they're men.
Yeah.
And also, why don't men have to deal with feet as part of body image? They don't care. They just don't care. Why do we have to put up with the shit? Why do we have to have nice, presentable feet and they can just have any old feet they like? They can just have feet. Wake up, feet. Go to bed, feet. What's that?
So true.
Understand.
We're not allowed to wake up feet.
We're not.
We're not allowed to go to bed feet.
We are not.
Ours have to be decorated.
And we also can't be like, oh, got a fungal toenail. Never mind. Oh, stubbed my toe playing football. Now my nail's fallen off. Whatever. Imagine if we were like, no. You'd never wear a
Such
sandal.
A double fucking standard along with everything else. It's right, it's true.
It is true. Also, how do you feel about men in sandals? Like, what shoes do you like men to wear in the summer?
Well, Adam has got like a slider.
Okay.
An Adidas slider.
Like for the pool? Like for
Yeah.
the beach? Yeah. Yeah.
But he wears them all holiday, which
Yeah.
is fine.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
A flip-flop.
Mm-hmm.
He has the odd flip-flop. He hasn't had a flip-flop for a while, but he did wear a flip-flop.
Yeah.
Like a plain black Havaiana.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm also okay with that.
That's about it.
What about a Birkenstock sandal on a man?
Jesus vibes.
But it has to be the right man. You know what I mean?
Or the right Birkenstock.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of styles.
Yeah. So my 19-year-old, asked for a pair of black Birkenstock sandals for his birthday. Now he's like a footballer. He's quite cool. So I was like, yeah, I can see that on him. And he actually wears them with socks, obviously, because you wear everything with socks, including sliders when you're that age. And they look quite cool on him. But on a middle-aged man, I'm not that into it.
What does Ollie wear?
He would always wear trainers, like even on holiday.
Even by the pool?
And then one day, this was some years ago, I was like, you know what? You need something. I don't do men in sandals. He's of that generation. I was like, but you could wear a slider. Like a slider's fine. I bought him some Nike sliders and he wore those and that's fine. And then he does also have plain black flip-flops for like the gym or whatever.
The gym?
You know, like the changing rooms or
right,
if whatever,
right.
around the pool, whatever. So I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. But a
love
sandal, no.
I love that your version of the gym is the changing room.
he doesn't wear flip-flops in the gym.
You just said, he's got a pair of flip-flops for the gym.
Yeah. In his gym bag.
I then questioned the gym.
Yeah.
Because surely that's the place you would wear trainers.
Yeah.
And you then said, the changing room.
I mean,
is that your version of the gym?
Yeah. I mean, like in his gym bag for the whatever he does there.
The shower.
Yeah. Fine with that. I agree with you. I'm not into a sandal for men. Also because they just don't look after their feet.
This woman, right, she is right.
Yeah.
It is high maintenance on feet now.
Yeah, it is. What about bunions?
What about them?
Well, she says she's getting the beginnings of one.
I've never had one.
Okay, I come from a long line of hereditary bunions. I'm just saying, both my grandmas.
Please.
I know.
Stop it.
I know, but it's coming my way.
Just stop. Okay, we don't need to talk about everything on here.
We do.
Don't. No,
but what if it happens to me and then I have to wear?
Keep it to yourself.
What if I have to wear special shoes?
Like what?
Like buniony shoes.
What are buniony shoes?
Like my mum said that even she's getting one now because her mum had one, and now she's like, it's like affecting her footwear. Like she can't really wear a heel and she might have to have an operation. I don't want that. I don't want that.
But you don't want a bunion operation.
That's what I'm saying. It's coming.
I have a lot of cautionary tales for bunion operations.
From whom?
A lot of people. It never works.
What do you do then? You just have to wear M&S foot glove.
Yeah.
Fox glove. What's it called?
Skechers.
Foot glove. I don't want to wear Skechers. I don't want to wear Skechers for the whole of my 70s. What's going to happen? What about like my grandchildren's weddings and things? I got to wear Skechers because of my bunions?
Your grandchildren's weddings?
Well, yeah, when I'm in my 70s and I'm bunioned up, what happens then?
I think at your grandchildren's weddings, you'll make an exception and you'll just be in pain. It's fine.
You just take
for one day.
Just take some opioids. I'll probably be on loads of meds by then anyway, so just take extra and drink and I'll be fine. And then they'll be like, oh, that's just my grandma. She's drunk anyway most of the time.
Yeah,
that.
Don't worry about her. It's her bunions. It's a long story.
We told her to have the operation, but she said when she was in her 40s, she had some cautionary tales, so she won't have the operation. So now she's just drunk all the time so she can wear heels. That's the general vibe.
Just for today. Yeah. Other than that, she's got Skechers in her bag.
It's been very, very, very warm, like really warm.
Yeah.
And
Ollie's had a heat wave.
Yeah.
But can we just, before we get on to your point?
Yeah.
A heat wave in June.
Yeah.
It fucks me off when they say, oh, we're having a heat wave. It's not a heat wave.
It's called summer.
Yeah. It's called the weather.
Appropriate weather for the season.
Yeah.
Then I love it when they do like yellow, amber warning, amber heat warning. Take water when you go outside. It's like, it's just summer.
Yeah.
Like, if you're too thick to know to drink a glass of water, like, really, you've got bigger problems than summer.
It was like UV8.
Was it?
Yeah.
Is that high?
That is so high.
Okay.
That is like Dubai high.
Oh, okay.
It's not even UV8 in Spain midsummer. It's usually like UV6.
Okay, so wear some sun cream.
Teenage girls are obsessed with UVs, by the way.
Yeah, of course they are, because of the skincare
regime, tanning, all of it.
Right.
But anyway, so I just wanted to put that out there. It's not a heat wave. It's summer.
Danger to life.
Yeah.
Danger to life.
Go
really?
on.
Anyway, so
warm.
Ollie was away and I've obviously been home a lot with the puppy because we're still pre-proper walks. So I just was wearing what I would call a muumuu.
That's what I call my dog.
I know. You know, like
Just
not
muumuu.
a caftan.
We openly call her muumuu.
Not a caftan, but like the sort of dress that my grandma would wear on the balcony in Marbella. You know, I don't even want to call it a summer dress because that sounds like an outfit.
Has your grandma got a cigarette with it? Because
my grandmother is dead.
When you're arranging, when you're like trying to describe an outfit, you're always like, just with a Marlboro line, you'll be fine.
Yeah. No, she doesn't wear anything because she's dead. But the sort of, you know, like material, just shapeless. Like, imagine nighty vibes, but a summer dress. I don't know the word to describe it.
It's not a muumuu because that's what we call the dog.
But do you know what I mean? Anyway, I just haven't worn a bra because it's hot. And then it just feels too constricting. It's too sweaty. So I've just been wearing
you know how I feel
these.
about bras.
I know they're anti-feminist.
They are.
So I've basically not worn a bra for the best part of 4 days. It's been very freeing.
You're wearing one now.
I'm wearing one now because we're
It's on display.
in the Apple Studios, and I didn't feel it was appropriate. But I've just been letting those girls swing free for days.
I had a school thing because it's been end of term, so I seem to live at the school when it's end of term, and there was a presentation, and it was like 30 degrees this day, and someone turned up in jeans, and I said, "Are you not boiling hot?" She goes, "No, don't worry."
How were her breasts? I mean, were they? Because if they're whoppers,
Do you want me to answer? I'm like,
to go out in public like that,
you think I'm going round looking at women's boobs?
not looking at them, but you would clock them if they were whoppers, or if there wasn't much there. You'd notice, you know.
I didn't notice.
Oh.
Couldn't tell you what her boobs were like.
Okay. I feel the same. It's just like,
Free the nipple.
let them swing free.
Yeah.
It's fine. And also these dresses are very loose. So you can't really see much. You couldn't really tell even if I had pants on. You couldn't really tell anything. You can just be in the garden, very comfortable, lots of breezes blowing up bits of it.
This is what's happening, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're too old for underwear.
We're too old for underwear. Is that where we are?
Too old for Botox and too old for underwear.
Imagine like having to wear one of those Skims bodysuit things to like this suck in and lift up.
What do you
and
mean
do
imagine? I've got one.
No, but I mean, imagine like having to wear that every day and feeling like that was your underwear. Like, no, just no. I'm just really feeling like the older I get, the more I just want to let things be.
Yeah, the more comfortable you want to be.
Yeah, I just want to be comfortable.
This is what happens. This is we're going into. I know we were just laughing and joking about bunions.
Sketches.
Well, yeah, we're moving into a very worrying territory of no heels.
I mean, I couldn't tell you the last time I wore heels now. When was the last time I wore heels? That you saw
I'm
me
not
in
with you
heels?
every 5 seconds,
Yes,
but
you
you
are,
do.
don't lie.
Yeah, we actually haven't been. We actually haven't been a lot.
No.
Should we talk about it?
Now.
Well, we can save it. No, but we.
What are we saving it for? Therapy.
Yeah.
Couples therapy. I often say to people, including my husband, I'm in 2 marriages. I often say that. And I do genuinely mean it. And also, I do think I spend more time with you than with my husband. I mean, he's currently away and I haven't spent that much time with you. So maybe it's like equaling up at the moment. But I do often say that.
The puppy has come in between us. I'm just putting it out there.
Puppy has
She has
taken up a lot of time and attention.
She has definitely shifted our alone time.
What's our second question today?
Dear Lauren and Nicole, I have a really good FYI, for the listener at home, I just put some glasses on because I thought it would help me to see better. Turns out it didn't. So now I'm too old for Botox, I'm too old for heels, and I'm too old for glasses.
And underwear.
Oh, and underwear. The title of this show should be Too Old.
Too old for life.
Too old for life.
Oh dear.
I'm not even 50 yet.
Not yet.
50 adjacent, apparently. Yep. Dear Lauren and Nicole, I have a really good friend who has been in my life for decades, but she is becoming increasingly passive-aggressively competitive. For example, she saw a return package at my front door the other day. She asked me what I was returning. I told her it was a top that was too small. She then said, "Oh, I can't buy from that brand as they only go down to a size 8 and it's too big."
Oh.
That is beyond annoying. When we had lunch together a few weeks ago, she said, "Oh, I don't know how you managed to finish that. I only have the starter portion when I come here. It's all done breezily and with a smile, so it feels silly to pull her up on it. I don't know if I'm being oversensitive or if she is deliberately dogging at me. What would you do?"
That's hard.
Also, if she's been friends with her for years.
Yeah. Why is it happening now?
Why is it happening now?
Yeah, why is it happening now?
I have a really good friend who has been in my life for decades, she said, and she is becoming passive-aggressive.
Menopause.
There's something...
It's menopause.
Well, we don't know how old they are. They could be in their 30s.
They could, but yeah, they could. I'm assuming they're 40-ish. Hence why she's listening to the show, right?
Yeah.
I'm just blaming it on hormones, because why else is she becoming like this? Or has the woman who's written in suddenly, like, I don't know, has she lost weight, or she's very attractive and the other woman is feeling not so attractive, and so she feels like she needs to kind of put this friend in her place? I don't know. Has something shifted between them? And if so, what?
Yeah, tell us.
Yeah. Why does she need to one-up her all the time?
There was this really good tip when someone is being passive-aggressively rude to you. Mm-hmm. I think we've talked about it on Self-Care Club. So when she says, oh, I don't shop there anymore because it's too big for me, that is a passive-aggressive dig. You then say, I'm sorry, what did you just say? You get them to repeat it.
Oh, yeah. Would you mind repeating that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if she says, and then you say it to her again when she does another passive-aggressive dig. What was the other one? Oh, I don't know how you managed to finish that. What did you mean by that? I think you could be more direct. Because it's passive-aggressive. It does sound petty if you're picking her up, and like, I totally understand what she is saying.
Especially if it's just part of, you're just having a conversation and she just breezily throws it in and then moves on to something else. Because then you're like, then you feel really petty, kind of saying, hang on, what did you just say? You know.
But she's known her for decades.
Yeah.
So she knows her well enough to be able to say, well, what did you mean by that? Because you've been saying a few of these things recently and I'm not really understanding where you're going with it. Because it's not just a one-off. Don't pull her up on the one-offs. I would say take a macro view and have the conversation with her.
Do you think she's doing it deliberately, this woman? Or do you think it's just how she rolls? Just how she is?
It sounds like it's how she rolls. And if she then tries to minimise and say, oh, what are you talking about? It's ridiculous. Then say, well, actually, it's been upsetting me and I want to discuss it with you. Don't allow her to minimise your experience of it, because it's making you feel shit. So much so that you've written into us.
Yeah. Well, it's going to affect the friendship, because...
Well, it is affecting the friendship.
They always say, like, you never really remember what people say and don't say, but you always remember how they make you feel. Yeah. And it's making her feel niggled at or put down or whatever it's making her feel. It's not pleasant. No one wants that. Don't need that shit.
Nobody wants that.
No.
If I was doing that to you, what would you do?
I would go and cry in the corner with the puppy. I'd go and weep silently.
Helpful. That's really helpful. Helpful and empowering, Lauren. Well done.
Josh said to me yesterday, Mum, the puppy is weeping. And I thought, such a funny word to use when you're 12. She's weeping. She actually was weeping. I had to go and deal with it.
Weeping?
Yeah.
Like, how does a puppy weep? Oh, Miley does that all the time.
No, she had a stuck poo and it was very upsetting her. Very much. She was going mad. She didn't know what to do with herself. She was crying and crying.
You've been desperate to tell that, haven't you?
I have,
desperate.
yeah.
Since the beginning of this recording, you've been desperate to get out.
Because I knew how revolting
the
it
fact
was.
that you had to fish out a stuck poo from your puppy's arse.
I did.
Here we are.
I actually did have to do that.
Well
do
done.
you know what?
Did you have a bet with Ollie at how long it would take you to get that into the
do you know what?
conversation?
I didn't even mind. That was the thing. I didn't even care. It's like with your own children. You just don't care. But if it was someone else's dog, I would have been retching. What is that? Why are you fine with your own dog and your own kids?
And also, well, kids is different because you've actually given birth to them.
I know, but if you were like, you know, like when you have to comb nits out your kid's hair, if that was another child, like a random child, I would actually vomit. But when it's your own kid, it's like, this is gross, but it's my gross, so it's okay. What is that? Is it just mothering instinct?
Yeah, but it's interesting that we both feel like that over our fur babies, because they're not biologically ours, are they?
What are you talking about?
I mean, if I was to have a biological dog,
yeah,
it would be Miley.
It really
without
would
a
be
doubt.
Miley. I'm not sure what my biological dog would be. I think it might be like a chocolate cocker spaniel or some sort of like Afghan hound.
It's a bit late.
No, it's fine. I don't think I need to raise the dog I would have given birth to.
Why?
I just don't. I'm fine to go a bit like left field with the dogs that I choose to get, because I can't choose the kids. They come as they come.
They come as they come. Yeah. What are you saying to this woman? Go and weep in a corner.
you know I'm very conflict averse, so I'd find it really hard to say to her, are you calling me a fat bitch?
Bitch.
Hey, I'll eat this portion and it's great. Fuck off. I wouldn't be able to do that. I just wouldn't be able to do that. I would just absorb it, be a bit upset, and then probably at dinner say to Ollie, she said to me that she can't buy clothes from there because they're a bit big, and that made me feel a bit fat. And then Ollie, and then Ollie would be like, fuck her, she's not coming around for dinner anymore. And I'd be like, okay, that'll be it. I'm not very good at this sort of thing. I'm not very good at it. I don't like it.
And then sometimes, right, because you are such a pussy sometimes.
I am. I'm such
And then
a pussy.
occasionally, you are so direct with someone that we'll be talking to, and you say the thing that nobody wants to say, and you just come out and say it, and I want to like die in a ditch because I can't believe you've just said it. And you're totally fine with it.
But it's not a conflict thing. It might just be something that maybe other people wouldn't feel comfortable saying out loud, but it wouldn't be something that would cause conflict. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't it doesn't heighten a difficult situation. It might just be something like, oh my God, I can't believe she said that. But it wouldn't cause the other person to be angry. They might be a bit surprised I'd said it. Do you know what I mean? It's not an argument causing thing. It's more of a
But sometimes saying how you feel isn't always an argument causing thing. It's just to clear the air.
Yeah, but it could cause an argument. But it could. Then what?
But I don't think she should be made to feel shit in this relationship endlessly.
What would you do? You would just say it.
I would say, what did you mean by that? When she comes out with the next passive aggressive comment and say, you've been saying a few things like this and it's making me feel a bit shit. What is going on?
Obviously, that is the correct advice. I just can't do that.
I'm not saying it would be easy to do that.
No, but obviously that's the right thing to do. Obviously. Of course it is.
And I would really struggle with it. And it would take me a while. But I think it would get to the point where I couldn't be in relationship with this person anymore until I said something. Because there's something underlying there. It's that I don't like.
Yeah, but I want to know why.
Yes.
Why she's where that's come from.
She might never find out because you've got to trust that the other person feels safe enough to be completely honest with themselves and with her. And that's unlikely. That is our show this week on 40ish. We're going to be back next week with an unfiltered. If you want to be in touch, hello@40ish.co.uk. Why can I never remember our email address?
You have a bit of a mental block on it.
hello@40ish.co.uk. Well, maybe you should do this.
you know what? You can be in touch with us. hello@40ish.co.uk, or you can DM us at 40ish.podcast. Yeah? Or you can follow us on TikTok. We're on TikTok, aren't we? People love to chat to us on TikTok.
We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. Yeah. We're on YouTube.
We're on Facebook.
We're on LinkedIn.
Yeah. LinkedIn is just like congratulatory wanking for people, isn't it? Like, oh, hello everyone, I just got promoted to head manager today. Oh, well done, Gerald. Brilliant work. I'm like, LinkedIn is the most boring. It's so boring. Nothing happens on it.
It's because you're not on there.
No, I do see the alerts. Blah, blah, blah wants to connect with you. I'm like, why? Why do they want to connect with me? They're like some sort of manager in Dublin. Why do you want to connect with me? I have nothing to give you. I can give you a chicken shawarma recipe. I can give you some toilet training tips for puppies, but then you have no reason to link with me.
Your toilet training tips for puppies? She's not toilet trained.
She actually is. She's dry at night now. True. I'm very pleased.
I think we'll discuss LinkedIn on the show.
Okay. I hate LinkedIn.
Okay.
Dull.
Yeah, but you hate social media. I mean, we both do. You've turned me off social media.
Good. And Botox. I'm doing really well.
Brilliant.
I'll have completely manipulated you in another 3 years. You'll be wearing Skechers.
We'll be back on Tuesday